NEMAC officials on Friday rolled out modified protocols to blunt the growing COVID-19 numbers. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sharon Belmar-George, speaking at a post-NEMAC meeting media conference, warned that cases could surge past 1,000 if protocols are relaxed.
And having 127 active cases in country, it means that we are still in a very critical position, and we are not in a position to yet relax the measures as we note that things are improving in country. There is a potential within the next 14 days of noting over 1,000 cases if we relax the measures or we continue to adhere to the protocols that have been recommended. From our forecasting, we predict that if we do not continue, if we don't adhere to the protocols, if we don't hold back, if we don't break the transmission rate, there is a possibility of more cases. So,
no sooner had the press conference concluded, came word of another 8 confirmed positive cases, comprising a diverse group of Saint Lucians ranging in ages 1 to 57 years. NEMAC officials say the modified protocols will be in place for the next 2 weeks. Command Center Chair Dominic Fede says these new measures take effect on December 1st and last until December 14th. Protocol number 1, work from home where possible. Number 2, businesses must shut their doors at 9 p.m. However, separate provisions apply for essential services, construction, and manufacturing.
Birthday parties, retirement parties, wedding receptions, funeral receptions, wakes, boat rides, beach picnics, etc. However, there are some exceptions that are made for the celebration, including, if we can go to the next slide, Part B. There are some restrictions that are made for special religious rites, including christenings, weddings, funerals, will be limited to 25 individuals. So while, for example, in the case of a wedding, we're going to have the religious ceremony is not prohibited, neither is the christening nor the funeral service at the church level is being is allowed. It is prohibited for the social aspect. So
there are also modifications to the numbers allowed in churches.
The churches, we have actually reverted to an old protocol. So the change here that is necessary is where we would have had a limitation of 25 individuals, but now we're saying that we can revert to the square footage by the churches. This has been motivated because our church leaders have done a tremendous job in enforcing the protocol.
Other adjustments include recommendation number 4, no consumption of alcohol at bars, and the closure of all bars at 4 p.m. Recommendation number 5, takeaway service to be provided by restaurants and food vendors. A slight change was made to recommendation number 6 with the restrictions on all sporting activities and gyms. However, exemptions will be granted for one-on-one training for athletes involved in non-contact sports,
especially national athletes, and we want to ensure that we don't endanger the level of performance or the success rate of our national sporting teams. Recommendation, decision number 6, special permission for face-to-face evaluations in those parts of the education system where students may have special examination preparations. We don't want to, for example, at the secondary school level, endanger the performances of our students at the CXC examinations, nor at the primary school level where students are going to be preparing for common entrance.
The approaching Christmas season rush was not lost on officials who, while working to prevent an avalanche of cases, are cognizant of the need for adjustments to facilitate certain activities.
Financial institutions which have been doing very well in terms of keeping the protocols, we anticipate breaches. So our department will be putting out a program to enforce some of this. We note the increase in sales, which generally means increased crowding in those stores. So we have to deal with a level of the population who's not adhering as before, with those increased measures where people tend to go out more, people tend to shop more, people tend to go into stores, and with the reduced prices that we know that's being advertised. So the point where we are still in a very, very critical point for us. Here, we're coming into the holiday season, which is a symbol of socialization. It is very important that we keep to the measures if we are to see the gains that we want to see. We're flattening the curve and reducing our numbers.
The 2020 Christmas season could be one for the books, given the potential threat of 1,000 new cases if citizens skirt regulations and proceed as normal with ill-advised festive celebrations and imprudent socializing. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.